How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the execution of 40-year-old Brandon Bernard, who was involved with the 1999 killing of a youth pastor married couple from Iowa who happened to be down in Killeen, Texas. Now, the details of this story, what happened to the married couple, Todd and Stacey Bagley, is really horrific. If you got a weak stomach, I'm warning you right now. But before we go down that road and talk about that, I got to talk about the controversy here. Now, to me, there should be no controversy. All right. Once you understand what he did and his involvement, speaking about the guy that got executed, once you understand that, then you would know that his killing is justified 1000%. All right. But the controversy here is that Kim Kardashian got involved and tried to save him at the 0 hour. Mind you, this happened in 99. He's been in the penitentiary pretty much since then. So you're talking about at least under George W. and Barack Obama before we get to Donald Trump. People are saying that Trump should have taken it up. Kim Kardashian tried to get Trump involved. They tried to get the DOJ involved to put a pause on the execution. They're saying that Trump broke a 130 some odd year rule of not following through with federal executions during an election. But all of that to me is just bogus. It's hogwash because there is no excuse for what he did. And talking about, oh, he wasn't the one that shot the trigger. He was 18. Well, last I checked, 18 is an adult. You could be in the military 18. You could smoke, drink, whatever, do whatever you want at the age of 18. You're no longer under the rule of your parents at that age. So, I mean, you're an adult. So what's the problem? Anyway, let's get into the details. And again, it's pretty horrific. But Todd and Stacey Bagley were in Killeen, Texas, and they had just left Sunday service. Again, these are youth pastors. So they had just left Sunday service, and at a certain point, they pull over to use, I guess, a payphone. Now, a group of 4 teenagers, including Brandon Bernard, approached the couple, and they asked for a ride, and the couple obliged. Now, right when the couple say yes to the ride, that's when the guns come out, and they're forced into the trunk of their car. And the teenagers, they rob them. It was a whole big plan to rob them and do whatever. So they had their credit cards. They drove around for hours trying to go to different ATMs to withdraw cash. One of the so-called teenagers tried to pawn the wife's wedding ring. It was crazy. It did this for hours. And throughout the entire time, from what I've been reading, they could speak to the teens through an opening in the back seat because they were in the trunk. They spoke through the back seat and they were pleading with them to accept Jesus into their lives. Okay, so they were youth pastors and were ministering. They were pastoring until the very end. You know, their faith was with them the entire time. All right. But unfortunately, they pull over, and one guy by the name of Christopher Vialva, who was killed earlier this year in the execution, he shoots both of them in the head. Now, here's where Brandon Bernard comes in. He sets the car on fire to eliminate the evidence. Now, remember, this is the couple's car. They're in the trunk of their own car. The one guy who was executed earlier, I think in September of this year, he shot him in the head. The husband, according to what I've been reading, died instantly, but the wife did not die instantly. So when Brandon Bernard sets the car on fire, the wife wound up with soot in her airway, which means that she was trying to breathe. So she was burned alive. They were both burned up in the car. And for setting the car on fire to try and burn their bodies up, that's what got Brandon Bernard a death penalty. That's what got his co-defendant or other co-defendants, plural, death penalty for being involved with that. Because you got a lot of different things going on. You have a totally innocent couple that were trying to do something good Samaritans, giving them a ride. That's the first thing. Second thing, you have a plan. Okay, we're going to not only rob them, but abduct them, then kill them, and then try to eliminate the evidence. That was a whole big plan. It wasn't like spur of the moment or it was a fight. Somebody got punched in the face, they fall on the ground and die. This was a whole plan. So I don't see what other penalty is appropriate aside from the death penalty. Now, some say They don't believe in the death penalty. I understand if you don't believe in the death penalty, that's, it's whatever. But to call it some type of racial thing is ridiculous. The couple were white, and Brandon Bernard is black, and so are his co-defendants. But race is really irrelevant here. Look at the nature of the crime. You're talking about premeditated, innocent people shot, killed, and then set on fire and killed because the wife died from smoke inhalation. All right. And then some say, oh, well, he didn't really burn him up. He didn't really burn him and kill him because the wife died from smoke inhalation. Anytime, or usually 90% of the time, when somebody dies in a house fire, they don't die as a result of being burned. They die from smoke inhalation because they can't breathe. A fire requires oxygen to fuel itself, and it produces smoke, which obstructs oxygen. So if you're in the room where the fire is taking up oxygen and the smoke is obstructing oxygen, you can't breathe. So you'll die from suffocation before you die from being burned. Your injuries. You got guys that might have burns all over their body and still live, but you can't live that long without being able to breathe. But I digress. The whole point is that trying to say that, oh, it was the smoke, it wasn't the fire, that's ridiculous. He set them on fire. He was trying to eliminate the evidence, and he was there from the very beginning doing all this robbing and stuff. It was a plan that he had with his co-defendants. So that's why you got a death penalty, and that's why he's dead right now. Now, some say that you can't be pro-life and also be for the death penalty. Now, what does being pro-life mean? Let's just talk about that for a moment, because I see that floating around a lot, and I really want to address it right now in this video. Being pro-life means for innocent people, innocent human beings. If you got a baby in the womb, that's an innocent person. You have no right to take an innocent person's life. That's where we look at it as far as being pro-life. It's not about people that kill people, or self-defense, because, look at it this way. If I'm minding my business, somebody is rolling up on me with a gun, and I got a gun on me, and it's a matter of, if I shoot first, I live. If they shoot first, I die. I'm letting it sing. Anita Baker. Okay. Rapture of love? No. Rapture of slugs. How about that? That's pretty much how I'm going to do it, because at that point, it's not even personal against the other person. It's about, preserving my life. First law of nature, self-preservation. So sometimes you can take someone's life because you have to defend yourself. That's totally legal. I'm not advocating for violence. I'm advocating for you to defend yourself and do it legally up under the law. Always follow the law. But it's not legal to kidnap a youth pastor couple, innocent people, beat them, rob them, using the ATM cards, then shoot them in the head and set the car on fire within a minute. What part of that is legal at all? Okay, that's just not what it is. So yes, you can be pro-life, meaning innocent people that have done nothing wrong, babies that have no choice in what's going on, that can't do anything to anybody. You could be pro-life at the same time be pro-death penalty for those that commit crimes like what you saw, horrendous crimes. That's just how I see it. Others see it different, but I'll move right along. The whole point is that Kim Kardashian's plea to try and get Trump involved, and I don't understand why anybody's blaming Trump. Like I said before, you've had other presidents that came before Trump, and I'm sure that this guy, Brandon Bernard, whatever his name is, I'm sure that he attempted other avenues of being able to reduce his sentence or get it commuted, or I'm sure he's tried all different things. I think the reason why people are on death row for so long, in this case, like 20 years, you're on death row for so long because you got all kind of legal battles and appeals, and these things take years and years and years. And before you know it, 20 years and went by. Okay, they brought up Dylan Roof. When I say they, I mean the Twitter mob, the blue check mafia, the left wing blue check mafia on the Twitters. They brought out Dylan Roof talking about, oh, he was giving Burger King. First of all, that's the stupidest. Burger King. I mean, just pause for a moment and think about it. Just zoom out with me and follow where I'm going. How far is Burger King away from penitentiary food? Just really, how far is it away from that? It's not that far. And think about how many free meals that Brandon Bernard got in the penitentiary. 21 years worth, right? So I'm not really trying to hear this whole thing about, oh yeah, Burger King, and they try to treat him like a king. You acting like he went to Bobby Flay or Gordon Ramsay and got a 5-star meal and a hotel with a silk robe and all types of fancy soaps and hair shampoos. I mean, come on. They got him a chicken sandwich and sent him to the penitentiary. That's what happened. All right. And he's on death row as well. Dylan Roof is, and he'll be dead soon enough. I said right when the whole thing happened, what was it, about 2, 3 years ago? I said, yo, take him out back right now, string him up, and just be done with it. Don't waste no resources and all this and that. Go ahead and do it right now. You got him red-handed. He did what he did. You got the murder weapon, all of that. Just go ahead and string him up right now. Simple as that. Maybe Dylan Roof and Brandon Bernard can meet in hell. They could be cellmates down there. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Brandon Bernard should have been saved? Regardless of what he did, setting people on fire, innocent, should he have been saved from the death penalty? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Do you think that his conviction was race related? I mean, I'm not really sure that his family would feel that way. I'm not really sure that anybody looking at it from a real point of view would feel that way. His family is thanking Trump and everybody else for not commuting this sentence, for not just, letting them get life. They're finally able to have some kind of closure after 21 years of their daughter, their sister, their friend. They're finally able to get closure after that horrendous incident. I have no sympathy for anybody who does something like that. Okay, I'm all about trying to fight for innocent people that don't hurt people. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't hurt people. Only defend yourself and follow the law. That's all I ask for. Follow the law. Don't hurt innocent people. All right, just leave them alone. If you don't have no money, you want to try to rob people, get a job. Get a job and do it that way. Don't take from innocent people. Don't hurt innocent people. If you do something like that, then whatever you got coming to you is whatever you got coming to you up under the law. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.